crafty friend, it's Justine. Today I get to work with Yana's beautiful poinsettia die that has an inlay section, so I'm going to end up looking something like this. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, I'm going to be putting together one card on camera, and then I have 5 more on my desk over there that are gorgeous, so stick around and you'll be able to see all of them. I'm going to start this one off by just adding a little bit of liquid glue behind the poinsettia image area. And this is just so I can stick a little bit of scrap cardstock on the back. This will give me a spot for my poinsettia flowers to kind of rest on as I color them. Another way to do this is to color the petals individually, but I find that it's easier to color once everything is assembled. So I'm just going to take this little piece and position it so it hits at least all of the sections right about there. This one's kind of touch and go, but it'll be okay. Alright, then I'm just going to wipe off any excess glue. If you're not getting glue on your fingers, are you even crafting? Alright, I'm going to flip it over, and then I get to kind of put this little puzzle together, which is kind of fun because it makes this beautiful poinsettia image. This poinsettia is part of Yana's new collection, which is called De-Light-Ful Christmas. It is a gorgeous collection. I've made a number of cards already from her collection. So if you're interested in checking those out, you can check out the video on my channel that's called Not Your Mother's Christmas Cards. I put that up earlier this week because that was the release day, but the reason why I named it that is because they're kind of non-traditional Christmas colors. So since I kind of went out of the box for those cards, I figured I would go regular Christmas colors, the green and red. Although I did sneak a couple little bit different cards at the end here, so stick around, and I'd love for you to tell me your favorite of all of them. So keep your eye out for a favorite as we go here. I perhaps needed to put just a teeny bit more glue down, but I suppose I can always add that if it dries. That is the nice thing about Barely Art glue, that it dries really nicely and quickly. So to die cut out the back piece, I use the gold mirrored cardstock, which is just fabulous for any die, but on a floral image like this, it's just stunning. And then I used just a regular white cardstock that, I think it's Nina that I have. Nina cardstock, because it works well with my Copic markers and I can blend nicely with it. Now that I have all the pieces on my poinsettia, I can color it. And yes, I know it's spelled poinsettia. A lot of people say poinsettia. I grew up saying poinsettia, so that's what I'm going to be doing here today. Alright, for my flower, I have 3 different colors that I use to create this, and I really like the way that turned out, and they're both going on this first card here, so I'd like them to match. I am going to start with my darkest color, which is R27. If you don't have Copic markers, you could recreate this with other similar colors. I would be thrilled to see that. So if you want to show me what you make with her collection, join my Facebook group. I have a link for that in the description. I also post a ton of things on Instagram, so if you're interested in following me on Instagram, you can do that. It's just Stationery by Justine, and I have a personal one that I've been putting cards on as well, so I don't know how personal it really is, but that one is just Justine Dvorak. My first and last name. I'm just kind of making flicking motions, and I'm going from the center of the petal as best as I can with this darkest color. And then I'm going to go next with RV29. It's called Crimson, but it definitely has a little bit of that violet tone. That's where that V comes in. And it just kind of softens it up a little bit. So I liked the way that looked on my first one. I'll just pull it up a tiny bit. Good thing I have my work mat down. Apparently it's leaking through. My most careful coloring will come with this last color, YR09. The reason why I need to be a little extra cautious is because I'm going up to the edge of each petal, and if I get the Copic marker on the gold mirrored cardstock, it definitely will stay there. And then if I took the 0, which is kind of like the eraser for Copics, this actually takes the gold off of the mirrored cardstock and it turns it silver, which I think is the original color of it. So I need to be a little cautious. So this might take just a little bit of time, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is go around each petal and then kind of fill in the rest of that with the flicking motion, so it looks kind of like the veins are with it. But I might add a little bit more of that dark color on top, which I think was R27. Oh boy. R27 onto the top after I'm done, which I do often when I'm coloring. I don't typically color on YouTube because I am not a very good colorist, and I don't feel qualified to give you tips on coloring. But if you're starting out as a colorist, I don't know, just try, that's what I'm doing. Well, as chance would have it, I like the one that I colored off camera way better than the one on camera. I think I was just maybe a little bit more relaxed when I was coloring this one, and this one I felt a bit rushed, but who knows, which means I'm going to feature this one more than this one on my card, but I'm not scrapping this. I'm going to have it have a lovely purpose on my card anyway. Well, I'm going to put these onto this beautiful red mirrored cardstock. This is from Spellbinders. They also have green if you're interested. Then what I did with this one is I took the embossing folder. I don't remember the name of it now, but I will link it in the description for you. And if I remember, I will put it on the screen right here as I am editing. But anyway, I use that embossing folder, which is just gorgeous with that mirrored cardstock. I'm looking at the camera, it's not showing up as amazing as it is in real life, but trust me, it's gorgeous. Alrighty, well, to put my flowers down, I am going to have them go maybe right about here and there. Then I have this beautiful glimmered sentiment, which is from Yana's collection too, that says, "May your days be merry and bright." I glimmered that with gold cardstock, with black cardstock with gold foil. So beautiful, so beautiful. Alrighty, well, I'd like that to go kind of here. So I think if I get my poinsettias down, I can go ahead and trim off any extras. To put them down, I'm just going to use some liquid glue, and then I'm going to take my paper trimmer or scissors, I can't decide yet, probably my scissors, and then chop off any of the extra that's hanging off. And I'm probably going to save that because I can use it either on other areas of this card or inside the card or on another project. But since I went through the work of coloring and die cutting, I really don't want to just throw that away. Okay, if you might be noticing I'm not putting glue on all these little pieces. Again, they're going to be hanging off, and the ones that are not hanging off, I can always go back in with more glue and add more glue as needed. Since I'm gluing on gold mirror cardstock, I need to kind of let this sit for just a minute. So I'm going to just let this rest, and I'm going to put my markers away, and probably by the time I'm done with that and get my scissors out, it'll be time to cut. I think enough time has passed. It's been about a minute. Anyway, I'm going to use my Spellbinders shears and just follow the line of the red piece of paper. And it looks like I'm going to be making some confetti here. that's so pretty. Okay, now that I have that cut down, let's see if I can add any of these to the rest of the card. I don't know if it really will work. Yeah, that looks like that could go there. I have been so busy making cards with Yana's collection and also with the Stitched for Christmas collection. I just can't believe how inspired I have been with those two collections. My next video that's going on my channel in a few days will be non-traditional Christmas color sweaters. So if that interests you, make sure you come on back in a couple days. Looks like that will be posted on Tuesday. So even though we're nearing the end, the second half of the month where there's not a lot of releases coming out for Spellbinders, I definitely still have videos coming up. So if you're interested, make sure that you're subscribed, and you can even click the notification bell so you're notified when I post. All right, next I'm going to use some double-sided tape. I have some leftover from a card kit, so I'm just gonna pop that on really quickly. And I really do like using this double-sided tape with the mirrored cardstock. I feel like it holds really nicely, and it just is easy peasy to put on. It takes a little bit of time just to fit everything. It's not as quick as a tape runner, but I think it is a little bit more cost effective, and it works the same, as in the stick is just as good. And this part of the tool-in-one, the little shovel, I have been using so much for this. Look how easy that is. And yes, my nails are ridiculously long right now. Yeah, long story, but I'm going to have them cut tomorrow. Yes, these are my real nails. They are really long right now, and yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, to line up my red piece, I usually like to line it up with the left edge, which is the folded part of the card, and then just kind of see if it's all even. I know my card bases aren't always the most even, but such is life. And just try to make it as straight as possible. That should do it. Now that that's on, I get to add my sentiment. Oh, this is so pretty with that sentiment. Okay, I think I'm going to put it kind of in the middle, which I usually don't do, but I think that it would be a shame to cover up those beautiful poinsettias. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I also am going to add some bling because I've been using up a whole bunch of my bling from my stash. I might even zoom out here so you can see my bling basket. I organized it. Okay, here's my bling basket. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we have it. Here it is. Isn't it pretty? I have just rows of these, which are all for nail art. No, I don't do my own nails, but I could, I guess, but I don't. Anyway, I have a lot of these. I'm holding 10, let's see, 15, 16. I have 16 of those. I have my little pearls, of course. Love-hate relationship with these pearls. But my favorite are the Spellbinders self-adhesive gems. So I'm just going to pull these out and see what speaks to me, because I don't know. I've been using up a lot. So, of course, we have these are... Of course, we have these. These are the new dimensional dots from Spellbinders. They just came out this month, so if you're interested, check those out. I have a link in the description that's just called embellishments, so you can find any of the Spellbinders embellishments on that link. These came in the card kit for July, so these are new to my bling basket. These are Floral Friendship Gems, which came, let's see, May, March, something like that. And then I do have a few of these still, which came out last fall, and I've been using them a lot for Christmas because they are just like stunning to me. And then I actually bought a second one of the Fashion Oyster because I love the pearl look of those. But let's see, what is speaking to me? We have red, I might even use those. No, I think that's more the red that I'm looking for. And then in the Christmas card kit came these gems, which I've almost used half of them already, and I received that card kit like a week and a half ago. Yeah. You can say that I like them. I think I'm going to do kind of a mixture of these two together. And I'm going to use the chunky ones because I am not afraid of using a chunky gem on a card, especially a Christmas card. I think that if you're going to bling it up, it should be for Christmas because it is a dark time of year, especially in Minnesota. So anything that's cheerful and bright, like the card says, let's do it. I think 4 of the more blingy gems are perfect. And then I'm going to add a few of these little ones just for fun. And ooh, I like the way that looks. Just a little dimension too. Maybe 3. And then that would bring my total to 7 embellishments, which is kind of like a good number, I think, for this. Okay, well, this card is complete. I love, love, love it. I'm going to zoom back in again, and then I'm going to show you the rest of the cards that I made with this gorgeous poinsettia die. So, like I said, be on the lookout for your favorite. Here's the one we just made. Then this one is with the green mirrored cardstock, and then I took some Copic markers and colored my poinsettia here again. Used the same embossing folder, and then used a sentiment that's from the same set as the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. Speaking of that sentiment, here it is again. And this one I took the poinsettias and just used the background, and I really like the way that the silhouette is there from the gold. It works. And then this shaped die cut right here is, let's see, I'm going to grab it. It's one of those that lives in my desk because I really like the design. It's S4 1220, which I think is the spring or summer motif. I will double check when I'm editing, and I will put that on the screen right here so you can see it, but I love the shape of that. I think it has so much elegance and sass, so I love it. And then of course I had to add a whole bunch of gems. And let's see, this one was kind of fun as well. I used gold and silver mirrored cardstock and green, it looks like, to make this one. And then I added the Christmas blessings, which is again a sentiment from Yana's De-Light-Ful Christmas. Then this one is a little more simple. It's with red on the background with the gold poinsettias, and then it says Christmas blessings. This one I wasn't thrilled with covering up the whole poinsettia, but you know, you live and you learn. Then this is probably my favorite because it's kind of funkier, and that's my thing. And I used the Crystal Gems mix, which is one of my favorite embellishment packs. Let's grab it here somewhere. Oh no, I'm out of that one. I forgot. I think I finished it up with this one. But basically it has the opal gems here, you can see there, and then it has these more of like a crystally clear, so that is a beautiful pack. I love that one. And then I pulled out Yana's Be Joyful wax seal, which is just stunning. Love that. And then if you see the twine here on this, I actually used a foil leftover, if you will, and then used my toner foil machine, my pink mink, and then foiled that onto some paper, and then I die cut it out. If you're interested in knowing how I use my scrap foils, if you're not familiar with that, come back to my channel on the 18th when I post the non-traditional Christmas sweaters. And I am going to go in depth with how to do that because I posted a foil update video and people were kind of confused and had no idea how that happens, and that's totally fine. I will show you what I do. I am definitely not the inventor of that at all. Many people do that, so I think Nancy Stamps would probably be a better person to demo that. I know she's done it on her channel many times. She is like the foil queen. But I guess I will give it a shot and show you how I do that. It's really not complicated, so don't be scared. Anyway, let me know your favorite in the comments. I think I have 3. Now that I'm looking at it, I have 3 favorites. It's these 3. How am I supposed to pick a favorite? I don't know. I'm asking you too, so I suppose I should. Okay. This is my favorite. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you come on back for those non-traditional Christmas sweaters and just enjoy Christmas in July. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye!